Well, guys, welcome back to Worlds Collide Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mandy, and the other one is the numbnuts y'all may never hear from again, Michael, because, you know, he's, like I said, being a numbnuts. Hi,
I've
numbnuts.
done nothing. Hi. I'm
Okay.
completely innocent. Don't believe it.
Believe it. Trust me. Just believe it, y'all. Just roll with it. Guys, long time no talk. We've had a lot going on. It's been a little rough the past few months. We had some family issues and some health issues, and then of course, you know, me and Michael both have Twitch channels, YouTube channels. Michael's got school and work. I've got my writing career, and it's been a lot.
It has. Unfortunately, my Twitch and YouTube channels have suffered considerably for a while now because work and school's been such a big focus.
Yeah, we both had a lot going on, which, you know, the family stuff and the health stuff was stuff that was very unexpected and unforeseen, so that really derailed us quite a bit. But I think we're starting to get things back under the control. What about you, Michael? You think we're getting there?
I believe so. It's just going to take a little time to get things hammered out, ironed out, and back on track. From where they've been derailed. The train kind of derailed and then exploded, and the fire department never showed up to put it out. It just kind of burned itself out. So
yeah, that's a good analogy right there. Yeah, that's
and
accurate.
Then it caught a dumpster on fire, and then we had a dumpster fire that just kind of burned itself out too. So
yeah,
it's been a mess, but
but we are getting there, y'all, and hopefully we will start being able to put out at least podcast every other week. We're shooting for every week, hopefully to release them every Monday, and sometimes you guys will get both of us, sometimes you'll get just one of us. It's just going to depend on our schedules and among other things, but
whether or not we can stand to talk to each other for an hour or two.
Yeah, there's that too. We were talking on my stream the other night that if people heard us in private, they would think we absolutely hated each other, but it's just our form of communication and affection, as strange as it may be.
We're both grandmaster at sarcasm. And
in other words, he's putting it politely, we are both master shit talkers, guys. So you put two master shit talkers together in a relationship under one roof, things are gonna get a little wonky. I guess
we could do a reality show.
Oh my God, that would. Oh, I'd hate to see the ratings on that. I'd hate to see the reviews on that. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Well, guys, it is the 4th of July while we are filming this, so a very happy 4th of July to everybody out there, guys. You know, for all the faults our country may have, all the issues it may have going on, we still love this country. And I think everybody feels that way about their countries. They may be able to see the issues, things that maybe need to be worked on or changed, but still love it. And that's kind of the way we feel about the U.S. I mean,
yeah, I can agree with that.
No offense to other countries out there, but you know, for us, still the greatest country on earth. So happy 4th, guys. And well, guys, this is going to be kind of a drama-filled podcast today. And unfortunately, I ended up myself being part of some of that drama. So yeah, it was
that you did.
I didn't have it planned. It just kind of happened. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit, because not necessarily because I feel the need to point myself out in the middle of drama, but because the person on the other side of this drama is somebody I have felt needed called out for a long, long time. And out of respect for others, for a very long time, I kept my mouth shut. And after the other day, well, Michael can tell you guys, for me to keep my mouth shut about something I feel needs called out is very rare.
Very, very rare.
Yeah. So for me to have kept my mouth shut as long as I have was a miracle to start with. And after the other day, and especially the other person involved telling me to shut the fuck up, if they think I'm going to shut up, all that's going to do is make me talk more, buddy. And we are referring to someone who is a member of a gaming community that we've been a part of for a while. And we love and adore 99% of this community. But this person, we used to love and adore them. But we noticed as they grew, they started to get very toxic and get an attitude and just a royal dick. I'm just going to put it out there. Royal dick, no questions asked.
And can go both ways. It can be, really great in some comments, and other comments just be a real prick.
Oh, yeah. We are referring to a gamer and a YouTube content creator that goes by the name of Glock9. Yeah, drum roll for that. I've already said enough. Bite your tongue on that, calling the names, maybe. But this guy, he was actually one of the very first 7 Days to Die content creators that I watched. And that's, been a few years ago. And I really enjoyed his content, thought he was a great guy. And back then, he was still very small. I mean, he's not, like huge now. I mean, he's like a mid-sized channel. And, I'm not going to begrudge anybody their growth, especially not in the gaming community.
Oh, yeah. It's a tough thing to do.
Oh, yeah. And I'm happy whenever I see another gamer actually succeeding and growing and especially when they're putting in the work. And I will not take that away from Glock at all. He put in the work. I will not take that away from him whatsoever. But my problem is as he started to grow, he got very toxic. He decided to develop this asshole persona. And he's very proud of that. And his community, not all of them. I know a lot of his community, and a lot of them are really great people. But of course, when you put out toxicity, you're going to attract toxicity.
Absolutely.
So his audience and his community started to become more toxic. My problem really started a while back. And he probably thinks nobody caught on to this. But several of us did, actually. But we bit our tongues. And I'm not going to say the name of the person that he was talking about, because I don't think they want in the middle of the drama. And that's fine. But in one of his videos, he made a remark that was a direct shot at someone I have worked with and consider to be a friend, and who is an awesome person. And the reason he was taking a shot at this person is because they didn't play the game the way he did.
And that's ridiculous. I mean, everybody's got a way they play. I've got a way I play. You've got a way you play. And my biggest thing is I'm going to play the way I want to play. I don't care what Glock or anybody else thinks about it. I mean, really, just that I could care less. And it's just the way I play.
That's the way it should be. That is part of the joy of gaming. And especially with games such as 7 Days to Die, because 7 Days to Die allows you to play the game in so many different ways. And that's part of the big attraction to the game. And part of the joy of gaming is everybody can play the way they want to and enjoy it the way they want to, but still trade war stories about, what they did in this game or that game. And some reason he just developed the attitude that if you didn't play everything on, like 10-minute days, hardcore, and all this other crap, that you weren't a real gamer, and even made the comment that you were either a sissy or a pussy. Excuse my language there, guys, but yeah, that's what he said. And he got to where he said things like that about people quite often. He would make generalized statements on Twitter and in his videos about, you know, the way people game, just gamers in general, or make little jabs directly at particular content creators. But a lot of people convinced me, some people that I really respected, that I was misunderstanding his sense of humor and that he wasn't really that bad a guy. So I bit my tongue for a very long time. And full disclosure here, I'm going to disclose this because if he ever hears this, I'm sure he's going to come out with some crap. Because some of his audience approached me about wanting me to make him a character in one of my book series that is based in the gaming community, I did approach some fellow content creators that, you know, had dealings with him and asked them what they thought on it. And that was because I was hesitant. By that point, I had done ceased to be like a mega fan. I was still wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I was very hesitant and very wary of him. And
just for the record, I was completely against it.
Yes. Michael told me from the get-go, no, avoid this guy. There's something wrong there. And I still, you know, asked others who had worked with him, had personal dealings with him, and they were like, oh yeah, he's actually really a great guy behind the camera, blah, 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 blah. And one in particular really sung his praises. And so I approached him about it, and he was, to his credit, he was very polite in the way he turned me down. And to be honest, I was actually relieved he did turn me down. Because like I said, I had a lot of misgivings. I was very worried about the situation already. Well, fast forward to a couple of days ago, and it comes out that the one creator who had sung his praises to me the most, and to anybody that would listen, he has turned on them. And which I had noticed he'd gotten where it seemed like he treated this creator like they were beneath him.
Like, yeah, kind of like a fifth wheel.
Yeah. And what killed me about that is at the time Glock had gotten involved with this creator. I may be wrong on this. I may be wrong. My memory may be messing with me. But if memory does serve correctly, Glock did not have as big an audience as this particular creator when they first started doing things together. And this creator actually helped Glock grow. And I will tell you right now, I would have completely stopped watching Glock, following him, anything associated with him if it wasn't for this creator vouching for him. And suddenly Glock acts like he was doing this creator a favor. And like, because this creator doesn't play everything on hardcore and doesn't do this and doesn't do that, that Glock does, that, you know, Glock's better than him. And then Glock started making statements on Twitter about anybody that says, you know, like and subscribe during their videos, you know, you're a real joke and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just horrible, cutting any and everybody down he could. And, you know, a lot of people do the like and subscribe spiel. Speaking of which, like and subscribe, guys. But a lot of people do that because, and I'm guilty of it, I will watch some of my favorite creators and completely forget, you know, get wrapped up watching the video and completely forget to like that video.
That's common. Yeah, that's easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
So they drop that little thing in there. And it's like, oh, yeah, let me go back and like that.
I've done that many times. So for him to, you know, get his little uppity attitude about that just kind of rubbed me wrong. And, you know, then he just completely turns against almost every bigger creator that has ever sung his praises or helped him. And one in particular, a rather large gaming group that he collabed with. I cannot say that I know this personally, but I've been told by several people that behind the scenes, he really dogs this group and but yet in public acts like they're his best friends. And honestly, I could see him actually being that way, considering everything I've seen out of him the past few months. Well, the past 2 years, actually. This has been going on for a couple of years now.
It's been a gradual thing.
Yeah, and it's just steadily getting worse and worse. And what kills me about it is he talks this crap and says all this horrible stuff. But if you go to his YouTube channel and look at under his About tab, just a guy from New Jersey playing video games and building the most amazing community of positive people I've ever seen on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should search out some more, some different creators, probably.
Yeah, because
different communities, because it's definitely not the most positive place.
Well, and let me see if I can find those. I screenshotted a few things that I saw him say the other day. Basically, what happened the other day is he continually got worse and worse with his mouth. And, some of his own fans just were asking him, hey, what's going on here? Why are you acting this way? And his own fans, he was coming back he would block them or be incredibly hateful, incredibly mean. And when they would say something to him about it, then he would get even worse. And one guy, yes, once Glock blocked him just for asking. One guy admittedly, yeah, he created another account just so he could get back on there and call him out on this. And I'll have to see if I can find the screenshots. I know I took them the other day, but I'm having trouble finding them right now. But one of them, he point blank said he was going to flatline this guy, and we all know what that means. And another one, he was going to choke these people.
You're going to choke them out, I believe.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, dude, these are your own fans.
Yeah.
And I got aggravated. So, yeah, I inserted myself. Not going to lie. I called him out on it. And, I even told him, put aside the particular creator that you've targeted today, basically. Put that person aside for a minute. What about everything you've said about other gamers and content creators over the years? And his excuse for blocking people and this, that, and the other was, I only block people when they annoy me, point blank. And I was like, well, evidently a lot of people annoy you. Anybody that doesn't bow to you annoys you. And just called him out on the stuff I've been seeing. And his response was to come back and tell me to shut the fuck up. He then he blocked me first so that I couldn't see that. Then told me to shut the fuck up. I guess he thought I didn't have anybody that would see that and screenshot it for me. But guess what, Glock? Wrong again, buddy. And it amazed me because it's like, I have seen and heard him call other people crybabies, drama queens, gossip girls, again, the P word, if they didn't take his criticism or his shots. But yet he's the one blocking anybody criticizing him.
And calling people supporting this particular creator those same names as he's blocking them.
Yes. So it just really irked the hell out of me. This man has been trying his best to grow and climb off the backs of other people, and then will turn around and dog these other people and try to stir as much crap within this particular gaming community as he possibly can. And he's all big and bad and tough and, calling any man that dares say anything to him a little bitch. Saw him do that quite a bit. And it's like, and that's another thing. That was another thing that started turning me off with him even back when I was a fan. His solution to insulting a man is to call them anything that could be considered feminine. To me, he seems very sexist and almost like he has an issue with women, because every insult for a man is they're either a P word, a bitch, a little girl, a drama queen. It just anything related to a woman. And I wasn't the only one who noticed this. Other people noticed it and said something about it on Twitter. And of course, it's back to the same thing. They're a little bitch too, according to him.
Yep.
So
anybody with a different point of view or that doesn't agree with him or doesn't kiss his ass.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, Michael will tell y'all, and I think any of y'all that have followed me on Twitter know I normally don't get into Twitter wars or get involved in Twitter drama. So,
well, same here. I've always looked at it, you know yourself, I've always looked at it as a waste of time. I mean, it's like no matter how bad someone is, they're still going to have their backers. They're still going to have people to look up to them. And I mean, that's fine, you know, but I can have an opinion just like you can have an opinion, just like he can have an opinion. And obviously he's put his out there.
Oh, he's been putting his out there. And that's one reason I don't feel bad about putting mine out there anymore. And as far as like you said about the backers, it was disturbing to me. I watched after all of this unfolded on Twitter and several people got involved, not just me, but I watched he actually grew by another 1,000 subscribers the next day. And that's alarming to me that there is another 1,000 people out there that wanted to join his community just because of that toxicity.
Yeah, drama draws people. I mean, for whatever reason. It's like a car wreck. You don't want to see it happen, but you can't look away.
That's true. That's true. And there was one particular of his supporters that was really going after anybody that said anything and basically taking a cue from Glock and calling them bitches and P words and all of this. And it's like, wow. Okay, so you could sit here, you and your audience, and attack people, call people every name under the sun. But when anybody comes back at you, it's, I'm going to block them. And I have noticed him do this to more than one person over the years. He will start crap, say horrible stuff to somebody, and then very quickly block them so that they can't respond, and then make out to his audience like, oh, see, they back down. So for anybody that thinks I backed down that day, no, I didn't. The coward blocked me. Point blank.
I did him a favor. I blocked him. So, because, you know, I was going to have stuff to say, and I was going to say what I wanted to say, and I really don't give a shit whether he liked it or not. So I went ahead and blocked him just to save him the fucking trouble.
Yeah, saved him one less step. I, on the other hand, wasn't so kind. I wanted to make him block me because, well, not make him block me, but if one of us was going to block the other, it was going to be him, not me. Because I wanted people to see what kind of man he really was. That he will start crap, he will do crap, he's allowed to say whatever he wants, but nobody is to dare say anything back to him. And since you want to use female references as an insult to everybody, Glock, you came across as the spoiled little pampered princess there, buddy. Just point blank. Very much reminds me of the male version of damn Trisha Paytas.
Oh, God.
I had to wonder the other day if he was sitting on his kitchen floor in front of his refrigerator crying while he's blocking everybody on Twitter.
Actually, he probably, to be perfectly honest, he probably thought it was hilarious and was probably getting a kick out of it and enjoying all this new attention, you know, that he was getting because of it.
Kind of the same as Trisha. Look at her. She starts crap right and left. Acts like, you know, she'll act for a little bit like it don't bother her. Then when she starts catching a lot of backlash, she'll come back with some fake BS apology. I mean, he very much reminds me of a male version of Trisha Paytas, no doubt.
5%.
Oh, God. Yeah, 5%. All right, let's talk about the 5% for a minute, guys. I'm sure if any of you watch H3H3 or Trisha, you already know about the 5%. But
that 5%.
Yeah. Where's my 5%, buddy?
Yep.
Do I have to throw myself a fit and walk off and then blame
Yep.
it on my mental illness?
Absolutely. Not making fun of mental illness whatsoever. That's a very real thing.
Exactly.
But
and you know, we know
to blame everything under the sun on it's a whole different ballgame.
Yes. And that's part of what pisses me off with Trisha. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a big Trisha Paytas fan and would defend her even when, you know, the internet was trying to chew her up and spit her out. But over, I'd say, what, the past 8 months to a year, I've really started to see what I reckon everybody else saw from the beginning, and I was just too blind to see. This woman is a raging bitch. Just point blank.
And a master of the passive aggressive.
Oh God, yes. Yes. And I think what really bothers me a lot about it is, you know, at first when she started picking on Dissociated, you know, which is part of a community on YouTube. Dissociated does videos on their multiple personalities, things like that. And I've always had some misgivings and doubts about Dissociated. But Trisha really went at them. And at first, and I'm ashamed to say this, at first I was kind of rooting for her. Because I'm still not completely convinced about a lot of things with Dissociated. I know that particular disorder is real. That condition is real. I've known people with it, and that's part of why I have some misgivings about that particular channel, the Dissociated channel, because a lot of it doesn't add up to me. A lot of it does seem faked, and that was kind of why I was fine with Trisha going at it like that. But now Trisha she's going at anybody and everybody under the sun, and really attacking and sending her group of cult sheep, that's the only thing I know to call them, after them. Now I see kind of what Dissociated probably dealt with, and I feel really bad about that. I do.
I can only imagine what that was like, because I mean, regardless of what we see and how we feel, I mean, we're not professionals.
Exactly.
So we don't know, and the professionals that they deal with would be the ones to know.
Yes.
Not us, not what they put out on YouTube. I mean, anybody could put anything out on YouTube. But there were some things that I was seeing during the couple of things that I watched there that kind of stood out to me. Like I've never really known. I've never really heard, in which I, you know, given I hadn't done a lot of research on it, but people with multiple personalities that could pull out certain personalities just whenever they wanted to. I've never really heard of that.
That was part of my problem. The people I've known with it could not do that, and said that normally only their therapist they were working with was able to help pull out certain personalities, and they said that was usually under hypnosis. So, but again, and this is where I should have checked myself. My first-hand knowledge of the condition is very limited. So, you know, perhaps that is something that's possible. I don't know. It just seemed very strange to me at the time. And I really should have checked myself on that instead of automatically, you know, going Team Trisha. That was stupid of me. But, you know, yeah, I really should have checked myself on that. I didn't. I take full responsibility for that. Well, then you see Trisha start to turn on everyone who ever supported her, even in the face of taking crap themselves for supporting her. We're talking Shane Dawson, Morgan Adams, Rylan Adams, Jeffree Star. And yes, I know y'all are all going to bring up, you know, well, maybe not all of y'all, but somebody's probably going to bring up, you know, well, Shane's a disgusting person, Jeffree's a disgusting person. I have my thoughts and theories on those as well, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking specifically about Trisha. And as far as, you know, Jeffree did Trisha wrong thing, like I said, at that time, I was a diehard Trisha fan. So I watched anything she put up on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And she was putting up Instagram stories while she was in Vegas with Jeffrey, and everything seemed to be great. She was loving it. And she even admitted herself she was high as a friggin' kite and drunk. But now wants to send her sheet to attack Jeffrey for saying she was high.
It sounded like a good time to me. I mean,
well, but it's just really messed up of her to start attacking everybody that supported her and tried to be there for her. And, I had been a very big fan of Ethan and Hila Klein for a while. And then Ethan brings Trisha on to Frenemies. And it was like, oh, crap.
Dumpster fire.
I knew it was a dumpster fire waiting to happen. And it really disappointed me that Ethan was so ready to jump on Trisha's little gossip train and the whole let's cancel this person, let's cancel that person train. It was really kind of disgusting, actually. But I figured sooner or later Trisha would do to Ethan what she's done to everybody else. And, any of you that have kept up with it, she recently did that. Ethan forgave her for calling his wife a cunt, for dragging his child into arguments. She was constantly, what was it, 2-3 times she got up and walked out on the Frenemies podcast and just left Ethan sitting there holding the bag?
I think it happened a couple of times.
Calling him names. It just, horrible, horrible crap. And he kept forgiving her and kept bringing her back in. And then all of a sudden, even though Ethan and Hila, H3, are the ones putting up the money for everything with Frenemies, they're putting up the equipment, they're providing the studio, they're doing everything. Suddenly, she thinks she has the right to decide on employees. And when she's not 5%. Given that, yeah. And that 5%, that infamous 5%. Preaching about that 5%. But yet goes on Twitter and yells, it's not about the 5%. I don't care about the money. Then why is that all we keep hearing out of you, woman?
It's the 5%.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ.
And for those that don't know, the 5% was a cut that H3 was taking to cover production expenses.
Yes.
When they were covering all of the production, they were handling all the production, all of the filming, everything. Trisha just had to show up, film, and leave.
Well, and what kills me,
they were handling everything else. So
she wants to bitch about that 5%, and then also, I don't get enough input. But yet, if you go back, it's several episodes back. It was back toward the beginning of Frenemies. She was bitching because Ethan was asking for her input too much. And said point blank, I don't want to make any decisions. I just want to show up. Okay, which one is it, Trisha? You can't have it both ways, sweetheart. Bless your poor little dumb heart. You can't have it both ways. And yes, I called her dumb. Probably shouldn't have done that. Because she's not dumb, to be honest. Trisha Paytas is not dumb.
No, not by any means.
She is incredibly intelligent, and that's what makes her so dangerous when you combine that intelligence with that manipulation. Oh my, it's lethal. It is. It's friggin' lethal. And then, what day was it she put out her new podcast on? She was calling it Enemies. A jab at Frenemies. And the thumbnail had Ethan front and center. She put it out that morning and, really, really horribly talking bad about people, this, that, and the other.
Talking shit. It's actually not talking shit. It's speaking truth. It's speaking truth. And so I don't know if this will be a weekly thing. I'm really just messing with you, but I don't know what it is about Mondays and just putting on the facade, putting on the Trish glam. Like, I'm not really sure what it is, but I just feel feisty. I think all throughout the week, I'm just like, I'm chilling, I want to draw, and then like Mondays come around and I'm like, it's on. So yeah, this is the podcast Enemies, where I just make enemies because that's just what I do.
It was 5 days ago. she did that. Put that out that morning, and then that evening puts up apology to Ethan. This was the most bullshit apology I've ever heard. It was all about her, of course. Me. And
most things are.
Still trying to make out like she's the victim and like she wasn't the aggressor. She wasn't the perpetrator.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, and that's like she wants to call out this one and that one for inappropriate discussions with minors, this and that. And if these people are doing these things, by all means. And that's going to bring us right back to the Shane topic. Yes, Shane made some really horrible jokes back in the day. And back then, I could not stand Shane. But I did keep an eye on him because I saw something in the guy. And
people can grow and change and realize their mistakes and improve as people.
And that's what he did. You are exactly right. But yet, that's one of the things that kills me about Trisha, too. She is such a hypocrite. She wants everybody to go, hey, Trisha's changed, Trisha's grown, Trisha's evolved. But if anybody else has, she's still going to bring up their past and throw it in their faces. And then she's going to get on camera and be aggravated with Ethan or anybody else for bringing up her past. Okay, Trisha, turnabout's fair play, darling.
Yeah, if you're going to use that against somebody, expect them to use it against you. I mean,
exactly. And she just, oh my God, this woman. I swear, this woman. And people are still, I've seen so many people on Twitter and YouTube defending her and, oh, she's my queen. She's this, she's that. If that's your queen, you living in a shitty kingdom. I'm sorry. But she wants to talk about this person and that person having inappropriate contact with minors. People, do your research before you defend her. If she wants to bring up people's past, let's go back to Trevi Moran, who back then was going by Trevor Moran. Trevi did a video with Shane and Trisha that a lot of Trisha's fans have wanted to throw out as proof that Shane was somehow preying on a minor because Trevi was a minor at the time. Did y'all miss the part where Trisha's sitting there making passes and talking about Trevi's rear end and having sexual discussion? Because that was all in the same video, people. Trisha, did you forget you did that? Because a lot of us didn't.
Bingo.
But she doesn't want people to think for themselves and to think about that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, the people that are defending her aren't thinking for themselves.
No, she's good at bringing up other people in order to take the heat off of herself.
Yes.
Is the way it's always appeared to me.
Yes, she's very good at trying to distract from her own faults. And the person I honestly feel most bad for in that whole situation is her fiance, Moses. Because it's his family she started this shitstorm with. He's stuck in between the woman he loves and his family. And I would just hate to be in his shoes. And he seems like he probably is a really nice guy. Which still leads me to wonder how in the hell he ended up with Trisha in the first place.
That would be a good question.
They seem so totally different. But then again, we don't see what they're like.
We don't see what happens
behind
the scenes.
They may have more in common than we think. But all I know is I am sick and tired of Trisha being allowed to use YouTube as their platform to attack people. YouTube put up this whole anti-bullying policies, put all those in place, but yet Trisha has continued to bully and torment people using YouTube to do it, and she's still allowed to get away with it.
By using the straw man fallacy.
Yes.
Let's turn it on, on this person or turn it on that person when it's really about me.
Exactly.
Things that I'm doing wrong, but I build this scenario up and then suddenly consider myself the victim and then throw it all on them. It's in order to gain popularity or attention or whatever, out of this whole situation. It seems like a broken record. It keeps repeating. It's this person this week, and then this person next week, and then this person the week after.
Yes.
And it's always, woe is me. This person did me wrong. All I did was this, and this. And clearly you can go back and see that wasn't the case if you just watch it yourself.
Well, and see, that's part of what kills me with her is that she acts like either she doesn't remember her own content on her own channels, contradicts a lot of what she's saying today, or she just counts on people to be such sheep, they're not even going to bother to look at that stuff. I don't know. And another thing about her, that going back to Glock 9, Glock goes on this little blocking rampage the other day. Anybody that called him out, even people that were fans, Trisha did the same thing not long ago. I know a couple of creators that were actually on friendly terms with her and, had private communications with her. She followed them. They followed her, all this stuff. And the minute they said something that wasn't a complete and total agreement with her, it was, let me block them. She would block them and then go get on TikTok and talk shit about them. It just, like I said, her and Glock, perfect couple. They could be a perfect couple. Then again, they would probably eat each other alive.
Yeah, probably so.
I know this is going to sound petty and childish, but I would really like to watch that. All right, guys, we got to take a second here to pay a few bills. We'll be right back. Michael, should we tell them about Anchor?
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, let me tell y'all about Anchor. And yes, this is sponsored, but I would be saying this even if they weren't our sponsor. Anchor, if you have not heard about them, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Number one, it's free. Okay, absolutely free.
Free is always good.
Oh, free is fantastic, especially if you go to comparing the prices of some of the software and the platforms for podcasts. When you're just starting out, it can really get on up there. So when you're just starting a podcast, if you've ever thought about it, by all means, check out Anchor, because number one, it's free. Number two, it really simplifies the process a great deal. You've got all the tools that you would need to allow you to record and edit a podcast right from your phone or your computer. The interface is incredibly easy. And, say you want to do an audio version and a video version of your podcast, but you don't want to have to fool with having all these separate files and this, that, and the other. No worries. Sit down, turn on your camera, record the thing, and Anchor will separate the audio from the video for you. So then you can have your audio version and your video version. Just all around, it's a great way if you're looking at starting a podcast to get up and running, just hit the ground, running full steam right out of the gate. So by all means, absolutely go check out Anchor. And it's ANCHOR, just like, anchor to a ship. Very easy to find. Look it up. Check it out. We'll include links in our descriptions. And just, go take a look at it. I'm pretty sure you'll find it's going to be one of your best options to get up and going. Okay.
It's simple and free. You really don't have much to lose there.
Exactly. Absolutely nothing to lose. So go give it a shot. Another sponsor we have today is, as always, as every day, is CM Stars Creations, our parent company. One of the best ways you can support us, go over, check out the CM Stars Creations website at cmstarscreations.com, and you'll find a lot of great merchandise, some directly related to the podcast, as well as some that's centered around my channel, around Michael's channel, just a variety of things, including some handmade goods such as wine glasses, candles, things of that nature that fall under our homestead, farm, and gifts side of CM Stars. So make sure you go over there, check out CM Stars Creations. Again, that is cmstarscreations.com. Folks, if you really want to support the podcast, there are a number of ways to do that. You're doing one right now just by listening. That's always a great way to support. But if you're looking to take that support, that little extra mile, there are a number of ways to do that, and there is a link to give you that number of ways. Simply head over to our website, worldscollidepodcast.com, and head over to the support tab. There you'll find a whole list of ways to support us, whether it be Patreon, one-time donations, monthly subscriptions, shopping on CM Stars Creations, subbing on YouTube, listening, following on Twitter, following on Instagram, or checking out me or Michael on any of our socials or our websites. You will find links for every bit of that. And I assure you, no matter how you choose to show your support for us and the Worlds Collide podcast, we are ever so grateful. No one form of support is more important than the other. They are all equally important and equally appreciated. So thank you very much. And again, head over to worldscollidepodcast.com.
Everybody, we are back. Let's continue this Trisha Paytas. I'm not even sure dumpster fire would be a good way to describe that one, but she is all over the place. And truthfully, let me end that conversation by saying this: I hope she gets whatever help she needs.
I do too.
She obviously either she is very, very good at being manipulative, or she really does have some things going on that she needs to get some help with.
And one thing I did want to add about her, one of the things that does kind of bother me with her is, and maybe this is just the optimist in me, I don't know, I do think she could, if she got the right help, could be a good person, could do a lot of good things. I think somewhere down in there is a good person. It's just they're buried and they're screaming for somebody to dig them out, and the other thing, it does kind of bother me that her excuse for a lot of her behavior is, I have borderline personality disorder, I'm bipolar, and now all of a sudden she's added schizophrenia to it. And Michael, our daughter was diagnosed as bipolar years ago. One of my really close friends back in the day was schizophrenic, and I have never seen either one of them do the things that Trisha does. I think she's using her mental health as a cop-out, and that's part of what gives it such a bad stigma.
Yes, I totally agree.
And that's hurting anyone else that's suffering from any kind of mental health disorder. And I think that's one reason I'm pretty pissed at her. And I'll just that's all I got to say on that.
And I can totally understand that, because it's hard to tell if it's actually a thing. Once again, we are not professionals, so
no,
it's hard for us to diagnose it one way or the other. But it's just the signs are there that it could be faked in order to justify stupid decisions and
horrible
in order
behavior.
to create horrible behavior, and to create drama, and to create basically this ecosystem of growth by drama.
Yes.
That just kind of keeps evolving itself. But speaking of, things like this being able to be plastered all over YouTube, and YouTube being used as a platform for strange and obscene things, and Twitch as well.
We really visit go deep.
How about some educational naked yoga and, maybe some hot tub streams? Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I've got plenty to say on this subject.
I thought you might.
One of the first things that bothered me was concerning YouTube. There was a young lady, and I don't know if I could find her post any longer, but she's a YouTuber, and she had done a try-on haul. She was fully clothed, no cleavage showing, anything in that nature. But one of the outfits she had on was a pair of pants and a really cute blouse, but it did show a little bit of her midriff. It didn't even show her belly button, just a little bit of skin. Her video was taken down because of that.
Wow.
I've seen gamers get in trouble for pixelated zombie boobs. Or
pixelated zombie boobs. Tonight,
yeah.
10.
But yet you've got these naked yoga streams. And no offense, I'm not trying to be mean here, but some of the women I've seen, and some of the men, I've seen a couple of men doing it too. Some of the folks I've seen doing these naked yoga videos, they listed under educational. These people are more out of shape than I am, some of them. And some of them, I've actually taken yoga in the past from, masters at it, Some of these people don't seem like they even really know anything about yoga. It's just an excuse to get on there and show their hoo-ha or their peanut and, listed under educational, and it's all good. There was another two more examples I could think of on YouTube.
Real quick before you get off of that one, though, I'm trying to figure out where the educational and nude part comes in. Okay.
See, I don't get that either.
Yeah, that educational, okay, if you were, let's say, self breast exams at home. I could understand that one. I could completely understand that, that being listed under educational, and, because you don't want clothes in the way of showing exactly what you need to do. I completely understand that. Naked yoga is where does the educational value come in with being naked? What does being naked have anything to do with? I mean, you could teach somebody yoga without being naked. It's been done for years.
Yes, exactly. And that just blows my mind. By the way, before we go any further with this, no, we will not be linking any of the videos we are about to discuss. We're not doing that.
I might create a few just for shits and giggles. No, just kidding.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Okay. But back to what I was saying. There are two other examples I could think of that really get me. One. It was man wanting to. He listed under educational, and it was supposed to be seeing if he could tell just from the feel what was a real penis and what was a dildo. And he was laying on his stomach, and yes, they had a sheet, about midway down his back, and his partner was behind him, and taking turns asserting a dildo or his actual penis and seeing if he could tell what was real and what wasn't. And before anybody even tries this, I'm just going to head this off right now because I've done seen the way a lot of things go on the internet nowadays. I don't take issue with this because it was a gay man. Not at all. Some of my best friends are gay. One of my daughters is bi. So no, that's not an issue for me at all.
No, not at all. It wouldn't matter if it was heterosexual, homosexual.
And that's what I was going to say. It wouldn't matter if it was a woman laying there and a man behind her, or, whatever. I don't care. That does not need to be on YouTube.
You're talking sexual acts on YouTube.
Yes.
Where little Johnny at 6 years old can get on and find it.
Bingo. And
where's the age verification whatsoever? Yeah, okay, yeah, I've got to click a button. Yes, I'm of age. Yeah, really.
Well, there's the whole child issue, and then there's also the issue of, again, the double standard. This is being allowed while some of the tamest stuff is being flagged. YouTube, what the actual hell?
Really?
Or another one. This was one of the first ones I saw that was like this. It was a man, and he had it listed, again, under educational, showing other men how to masturbate. You could see full penis, testicles, everything while he is masturbating. And I'm going,
first
really?
Off, let me throw this out there. If you need instruction on that, something's wrong.
I thought, that was just something everybody knew how to do, whether it be male or female. It's instinct. It's human nature.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
And yet this is listed under educational and perfectly fine by YouTube. It's been up for a couple of years, actually. That video's been up for a couple of years, and I know several people have said they've reported it. It's never been removed. And, the one gentleman, the penis versus dildo situation, that video was monetized.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was monetized.
That's interesting. I wonder if the ads or whatever that were shown, I wonder if those companies knew. I'm sure they didn't.
Well, see, and that's another thing that bothers me. YouTube will use the advertisers as an excuse for pulling this video and blocking that one and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But yet, you consider that advertiser friendly? Unless it's Adam and Eve advertising on there, I really don't see that that's advertiser friendly.
I mean, you don't want, bow, chicka, bow, wow. Chicka, bow, wow. We'll be back right after these messages. Try a Big Mac from McDonald's.
Oh, God. You just ruined Big Macs for me. Oh, man. But it kills me, the double
We are not affiliated with McDonald's in any way, or Big Macs.
And never will be after that. They any hope of ever getting a sponsorship from Mickey D's just went right out the window, y'all. But yeah, I mean, the double standard is unreal. And now Twitch. Jesus Christ, Twitch. Oh, don't even. That one really hits close to home for me because for quite a while we considered Twitch home in a lot of ways. And I think it was 2018, 2019, a rather popular male streamer was doing a stream and he spilled barbecue sauce on his shirt, right? And all he did was stand up, take that shirt off, and immediately put another one back on. Shouldn't be any big deal, right? He was banned for a few days by Twitch for that.
And did you say he turned his back when he did that?
If I remember correctly, he did.
I can't remember.
I think he did. If any of you listen know about that, tell me if I'm right on that or not. But I saw it when it happened. I saw that clip, and then just a couple of days later, he's putting on his Twitter how Twitch banned him, and you went to his channel, and he was banned. It was like, wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to crack down that tight. But now you've got these bingo. You've got basically porn on Twitch. And before anybody comes for me, because I've had this said to me before when I spoke about this subject. No, I do not hate women. No, I do not think there's anything wrong with porn. And as a matter of fact, I enjoy watching a little of it every now and then. but on the appropriate platforms.
Bingo.
And there's nothing wrong with women doing whatever they want to with their bodies. I fully support women doing that. There are a lot of drop dead gorgeous women that are doing this stuff on Twitch. And, go you. You've got that confidence. You've got that body. Do it, honey. But on the appropriate damn platform. And Twitch is not it. Twitch's age restriction is 13 and older. All right, we all know teenagers are little shits. Love them, but they're little shits.
Yep,
And
I was one, believe it or not, at one point in time.
Yeah, me too. Like yesterday, I wish. Anyhow, they're balls of hormones, okay? So we know they are going to search out, pictures of men or women, either naked, half naked, videos and content with them doing sexual acts. We know this. That is a normal part of growing up. But if you're going to specify your platform is for 13 and up, a lot of parents, and I've talked to some parents that have kids that watch Twitch. For a long time, they thought it was fine just turn their kids loose on Twitch because it was supposed to be 13 and up. So they thought, okay, it's okay for me to turn my teenager loose on here because obviously if they're specifying that age, they're not allowing adult content.
They're expecting it to be family friendly.
Yes. And now you've got women simulating sexual acts with a horse head on, while claiming it's ASMR.
That to me, it's funny you mentioned that.
That was freaky.
You showed me that little clip.
That was freaky.
That was disturbing. That's the best words I can use. I'm not seeing.
But she's getting those requests from viewers, and that really makes me worry about her damn viewers.
Yes.
I mean, to each their own, but
yeah, but there was something strange about that. Had kind of a Blair Witch feel to it for me.
Oh my God, Blair Witch. I don't know where that comes in at, but.
Well, I'm just picturing the initial feeling I got when they came down the stairs and saw the person standing in the corner, facing the corner. That's the kind of creepiness that I get out of watching the horse head. Anyway.
Yeah. But
like you said, to each his own, though. I mean, not judging anybody, just I can't see it.
Well, but besides that, you've got the hot tub streamers. I have seen a couple of them that literally you could see part of the vagina. Or it's
pushing the envelope.
Yes, or they had on pretty much a see-through bikini top or bra and getting it wet. And I mean, you know what happens then. I mean, for God's sake, we all know.
No, what?
Oh, you see nipples, okay? There, I said it. But, and for that matter, even women, I've seen some women that aren't doing the ASMR or the hot tub streams, but they're doing either gaming or just chatting streams where they're sitting there in bra and panties. And yet Twitch is absolutely fucking okay with this. But you are going to ban a man because he changed his shirt when he spilt sauce on it.
That's a huge double standard.
Yes. And, there's plenty of other examples of Twitch banning people for the most mundane things. But you're going to allow that to go on. I do not get it.
I mean, my theory, or I guess you'd say my solution to it would be either Twitch do one of two things. Make your platform 18 and up and verify everybody's age, or make it family friendly.
Well, and just putting the age thing aside. Okay, if you're going to allow these women to do this, then those lax rules need to apply across the board to everybody.
Yes.
And if you're going to have strict rules on people that aren't doing that type of content, then you need to apply those same strict rules to the people that are. The double standard shit on YouTube and Twitch has reached epically stupid heights. It's unfriggin' real to me.
Yeah. It shouldn't matter what category you're in as to what you can do and what you can't do. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, it wouldn't be any different if I was doing a gaming video or if I was doing a just a video of me out riding a bicycle. If I've got copyrighted music in the background, I'm going to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what category I'm in. If I'm doing naked yoga and I've got copyrighted music, I'm going to get hit.
Yes.
So why does one standard apply across all areas and one standard only applies to certain areas?
Exactly. And what kills me, these women, they will ban them for like 2 or 3 days. And then they come right back and start the same content again. And the problem with it is, too, with Twitch, they allow these women to do this for months, weeks and months on end, and don't do jack. Even though people are reporting it, until it reaches the point that it's catching a lot of social media attention. Then all of a sudden, they'll give them a little slap on the wrist. And a few days, they're right back at it. No loss, no sweat off their back.
Right, you said they don't do jack. Now that's going on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. No.
And another thing, too. The only reason I've seen a lot of these women's streams?
Because they were in your recommended, I'm sure.
Exactly. As soon as I open
promoting the heck
Twitch,
out of them.
There they are.
Yeah, little Johnny probably appreciates that.
Yeah, and
I know I would.
It's like, really? Twitch? What the absolute hell is this?
Yeah.
I get on Twitch and I watch gamers or I watch artists. Couple of crafters I watch. Stuff like that. What the hell makes you think I want to watch this? Why is that my recommended?
Because probably it's some of the most popular stuff going on right now. And they figure everybody wants to see it.
But yet.
It's the reason they let it go on.
Exactly. Twitch wants to make out like they care about their creators, about their audience. No, Twitch cares about their bottom friggin' line.
Just like most any other company.
Yes. Otherwise, they would not have one set of rules for gamers and another set of rules for these women. Point blank. And, I just... YouTube, yes, they have their double standards as well, and there's a lot of issues with YouTube that I've been pretty vocal about, and that really piss me off. But Twitch...
Tell us how you really feel.
Twitch has pushed me to the boiling point with a lot of their crap. I mean, honestly. And what kills me, too, this is another thing. I have seen partnered streamers stream on another platform. And when I'm talking about partner streamers, I'm talking about some of the big boys, not get boo said to them by Twitch. But I happen to know of one mid-sized streamer right now that decided they were going to stream on Twitch and YouTube. Okay. Just a couple of days ago, Twitch took their partnership away from them for that. What's the difference in this mid-sized streamer doing it and somebody bigger?
More money.
Exactly. Bingo. Twitch has got double standards coming out their damn ears.
Yep.
And it's actually getting really disgusting and disturbing. And what I'm hoping, honestly, for Twitch is that some people step in to the executive roles over there that go, okay, this is a mess. We need to fix this. Or that enough people start leaving Twitch that it makes them wake up and go, okay, wait a minute. We done messed up here. We got to back up and regroup. At this point, those are the only two options I see as hope for the platform.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's, like I said, it needs to be one set of rules across the board, and then deem the appropriate or give the appropriate age restrictions depending on what standards you set.
Yes.
Now, if you want to make it 18 plus, then hey, free for all. No rules.
Make it 18.
Put it out there.
Make it 18 plus, and make the rules apply to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then just let everybody do whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm fully in agreement with that, because, as everybody likes to say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Turn it off. Put something else on. I totally agree with that. If I don't want to watch it, I'm not going to watch it. If it's something I want to watch, I will watch it. I mean, that's perfectly fine, but age restricted appropriately.
And this does kind of go back to Glock 9 too as well. One thing I want to point out with him, he actually had a lot to say on this subject on his Twitter, and was calling everybody that had a problem with these issues whiny crybaby. Dude, you don't even stream. So no, it's
no
not affecting you.
Yeah.
And said that, people that had an issue with all of this must be, it wasn't just him. I've seen a lot of people say this. A lot of people say that people that have an issue with these things must be jealous or this or that. No, that's not it. We are tired of having to worry about walking a tightrope with our content, while this group over here gets to do just whatever the hell they want. That's where we have issue. It's not issue with the women themselves. It's not really issue with their content. It's an issue with that double standard.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
one standard, age appropriate to that standard, and roll with it.
Exactly. That would be the best thing to do. But honestly, this one I've kind of given up on Twitch. I've kind of given up on them trying to evolve at all. And yes, I will admit, I'll be the first one to admit, I give Susan over at YouTube hell. I talk a lot of shit about Susan.
That's an understatement.
But I have seen her try to make some changements and make adjustments. I still think she's got a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. YouTube still has a lot of issues that need to be addressed. But I do see more action over on YouTube than I do over on Twitch. I don't know. It's almost as if Twitch is just giving up themselves, like
kind of like they threw their hands up and walked out.
Yeah.
Y'all do what you want to do.
Exactly. And
And with any platform, I know we had this discussion the other day, with any platform, you can't really put it all on one person, because, you've got a whole corporate structure that makes the decisions.
This is true.
Like it is with any business. You have a president and a vice president, and then you have, directors, senior directors, regular directors, and it just goes downhill. You've got a lot of people involved, and it's not as easy as just saying, okay, well, this is wrong or that's wrong. We need to change this or change that, because any decision, positive or negative, is going to have a ripple effect. Because as always, you're not going to make everybody happy. It doesn't matter what you do. You will never make everybody happy. So I can understand that it's going to take time, because it didn't get this way overnight.
No.
I mean, it's gradually gotten here. So it'll be interesting to see what changes they put in place, in the years to come, months and years to come, where all of this is concerned. Because I think we've seen people are going to ride the razor edge of whatever is put in place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, one of the women they banned, I'm not going to say her name, but let's just call her Horsey. Her first day back after her ban, she was making a mockery of it. Somebody actually sent me a clip of her stream, and what she was doing, had on a skirt that barely covered the hoo-ha. Yeah, just barely dressed again, and you know, like I said, she's got a killer body. Don't get me wrong. This woman is a damn knockout. Oh my God. But she puts up a poll. Who's glad to have me back and who wishes I was still gone? And then proceeds to get out the horse head and was like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to be a good little girl from now on. And it's like, really? She knows all they're going to do is give her another slap on the wrist and let her right back.
He was literally horse laughing.
Yes, literally horse laughing.
Literally horse laughing at him. Yeah.
So, Twitch, you know, what are you going to do here? You need to nut up or shut up. Point blank, you need to do something here. Grow a pair.
Big fuzzy ones.
Yeah, great big hairy ones, you know. But my biggest hope, we're finally starting to see some of the bigger streamers and content creators, both on Twitch and on YouTube, speak out about these issues. They're both men and women. One of them, and love him or hate him, he's got a lot of good points on these situations, is Keemstar. He's been very vocal about calling out YouTube and Twitch both on these things. And, you know, I'm not the biggest Keem fan in the world. Here lately, though, to be quite friggin' honest, I've been worried about my own mental health and if something has been knocked loose in my head somewhere, because it used to be there was not a thing in the world that me and Keemstar agreed on. And over the past few months, I find myself agreeing with him constantly. I even followed him on Twitter. God help me. I feel like I need to go take a bath and bleach. But he's got points. He's right.
And as far as the screw loose thing, yeah, I think that happened a long time ago.
All right, there, buddy, watch
anyway.
it.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that too. We're agreeing way too much for this to be Worlds Collide, but it seems like we've agreed on everything so far.
Yes.
But, you know, where Keem is concerned, what I will have to give him credit for, right or wrong, he is 100% behind whatever his view is.
Yeah.
Whether I agree with it, disagree with it, whether he seems to be in the right or the wrong, whether his opinion is crap or whether it's excellent. He's 100% behind it. He's
double down on it, you know.
Yeah. And here lately, I do find myself, you know, siding with him on a lot of things. Whereas, you know, in the past, there's been several times I was like, wow, really, man? You know, no way. And, you know, swore I'd never watch him again and was like, you know, dude, screw that, you know. But I don't know. Once again, it's like the car wreck thing. You try to look away, but at the last minute, you got to turn around and watch. Yeah.
Well, here's another example. Let's take the sexual element out of things. As far as YouTube goes, here's another perfect example of which I haven't checked the past day or two. They may have finally taken these things down, but I have seen them jump real fast to take down somebody's video. Like within the first 2 hours it's up, boom, they take it down. I'm not going to say who it was because they're trying to protect their daughter right now, but a streamer, a popular Twitch streamer, his daughter recently came up missing. He was begging for the public's help to find her. She has luckily been found. She was found a couple of days ago. She's home. They're, you know, working on what they need to work on. But while she was missing, there were several sick ass YouTube channels that were making videos cutting up mannequins claiming they were his daughter. And this one really disturbed me and blew my mind. It was, they had taken a video of Etika's body floating in the river. Well, floating in the water, rather, excuse me. And posted it and did like a voiceover and this stuff claiming that it was this man's daughter.
What kind of person does that?
It was all so disturbing to me, and I've seen a lot in my years on this planet. Been through a lot, but this was some sick crap. YouTube allowed this stuff to stay up for days. Although there was hundreds of us reporting it over and over and over, and yet it was still up.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if that is still up now.
I think he removed the links to all of it from his Twitter because he was, trying to shed light on it to his community so that it could be reported and hopefully be taken down. But since his daughter was found, his main concern right now is protecting her. And, she's probably upset, maybe a little embarrassed by the whole situation. So he's been trying to remove a lot of that stuff. But I haven't checked since she was found to see if any of those videos were still up, but I know they were up for at least 2 to 3 days solid. And It was like, YouTube, you can remove other people's stuff over the most minute things within a couple of hours, but you've left this up? So Susan, if you hear this, darling, do better. We want the rules to apply across the board. We want everyone to have the same treatment, whether they've got millions of subscribers or just a couple. Everybody needs the same treatment across the board to make it an equal and level playing field for all creators. And you talk about wanting to protect the children. That's one of the big things YouTube has talked about, protecting the children. Okay, then when you get hundreds of reports against a sick video like that, pull it.
Yeah, do something about it.
Do something about the naked yoga. Do something about the masturbation videos. Do something about the dildo videos. Do better. Just point blank, do better. Jesus. I'm getting frustrated. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm ranted enough for today. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think you've gotten your daily daily session out.
And if you guys think I'm bad on here, y'all should really feel bad for Michael because he has to hear it, when it's really fresh on my mind daily, something happens and I haven't had time to rein myself in a little.
Sensors come off, the blinders come off, the whole nine. Yeah, it's really out there.
Slightly. Hey, you get the same way over a few subjects.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
So, yeah, there's that.
I have certain things I feel extremely strongly about, if that's a good way to put it.
Well, all right, guys. I think that is it for this week. Like I said, hopefully we will be back next Monday and try to get in a good, steady, stable routine here. What do you think?
We need to pull in some more positive. Because this, we
yes.
really bitched the entire time.
Yeah, we did. Now, well, one of the kind of a little piece I want to start here is kind of to counteract a lot of the shit that's on the internet and in the world in general. I kind of want to do something similar to what I do over on my channel. I do my Friday teas on my channel, which, most time when you say that you're spilling the tea on somebody, it's something bad. Well, when I do Friday tea, I'm actually spilling all the positive stuff on a person. So I'd kind of like to start
unheard of.
Yeah, there's a few folks I can find some really great things to say about, believe it or not. As jaded as I am. But I'd kind of like to start, doing some sort of a creator spotlight maybe here, where we pick out somebody from YouTube, Twitch, whatever, and just, hey, look at the great stuff this person's doing. Go check them out. So, yep. And this isn't quite such a positive note, but maybe start doing some sort of a segment on unsolved cases or missing people, kind of.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, it's kind of spread a little more word about them. I mean, you never know who may be listening that may actually know something, so.
And I've actually got a YouTuber in mind now for the that could be plugged for a positive Everything I've seen has been positive from the guy.
Who would that be?
Mr. Beatdown Brown.
Beatdown Brown.
Remember, I showed you his channel a while back.
Yes. That would be an awesome one.
Yeah, he would be a good one. One of my influences, Rob Brown, is what he goes by. He's got a pretty decent sized channel. He's not huge on YouTube, but he's got a pretty decent sized channel. But he's one of the drummers that I've watched and been amazed by. I mean, this guy is. I can't explain it. You would just have to hear him for yourself. You know, he's amazing. He's fluid. He's got feel, and he's got instruction that is kind of like, yeah, I'm only going to tell you this once, but he makes you like it. He's just an all around, positive guy.
Well, let's just consider this our first creator spotlight, and
all right, yeah, we can do that.
Go ahead and let us have all the details, and we'll make sure to include links to his channel.
All right. As far, I've already said a lot, that I can say about him. But he's got right now 221,000 subscribers, so nothing to sneeze at. Don't get me wrong there. I mean, he's got a pretty good sized channel. 464 videos. But he covers jazz, drum tuning, life in general. He kind of slips in just positivity across all aspects. And he's one that basically will take, like, for instance, drum tuning. Mm-hmm. That can be as simple or as much of a science as you want it to be. It can be extremely difficult or it can be extremely easy. It's all in your ear. And he will basically take the myths that this has to be done a certain way, that has to be done a certain way, and throw it out and go, look, trust yourself, trust your ear, trust what you hear, and go through a simple way of doing it. And it's like it'll come out awesome.
Oh, incredible.
Same with his instruction. He has several workouts that I like to follow along with. Like, for instance, here's one he did 3 years ago. 4,800 double strokes. Okay, that's on the snare drum. Mm-hmm. 4,800 double strokes, 20-minute workout. So that's about how long it takes to do 4,800 strokes. Let me tell you, your arms are jelly when you get done, with this. But, you can just follow along with him. He shows every detail about the proper ways to do it. And he's just an all-around positive guy. Yeah, I can't say enough good about him. He's got videos of, him playing live. It appears he does a lot of stuff like church or worship group type settings.
Oh, cool.
And he covers all genres. He'll have worship style playing. He'll have jazz, stick control, developing independence, just all kinds of things he covers on his channel. But he's just got a way of going through the instructions where, some instructors can't keep you focused. They can't keep your attention. It's like, God, I just want to get through this. I hate this. With him, you look forward to it, and that's difficult to find in any type of instruction. So, hats off to him. I can't give him enough props.
Sounds to me like if you're a musician, particularly a drummer, this is definitely somebody you want to be looking into.
Absolutely. But Rob Brown, Rob Beatdown Brown, Beatdown's his nickname, for good reason. He's got the beat down, but I gotta give him credit where credit's due. This guy's awesome. I've been watching his stuff for a couple of years now, on and off, and have picked up a lot from him. And I've been playing since the late '90s, on and off. So I've got a few years under my belt, but I couldn't touch this guy if I wanted to. Just putting that out there.
I would pull up some of his music, but I really don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. So you guys will just have to go over and check him out yourselves.
There you go. Now we wasn't completely negative.
Hey!
We got some positive in there.
Good for us. Pat us on the back. Dadgummit. All right, guys. Well, that is all for this week. Thank you for hanging out with us and listening to our rants and our
Bitchin'.
Yeah, that's it. The bitching. Thank you. We
5%.
appreciate it.
That was it. Rob was our 5% positivity in this video.
That's it. There's our 5%. So eat that, Trisha. All right, guys. Hopefully y'all will stick around for the ride, because we intend on doing a lot of things on this channel, as well as our own personal channels and Twitches. Well, I'm still debating on Twitch, but that's beside the point. Well, we've got a lot planned, a whole lot planned. So stick around for the ride, guys. Hopefully we will see y'all next week. For now, we're gone. Bye, guys.
Catch you later, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Peace.